Hey Ashley!
Hey! So, what are we doing now?
We're getting ready for you to do my tattoo.
We are. I'm currently just preparing my tissue. I've got plenty of tissue. This is what we're going to do today.
So exciting.
I know, right? So, I've made a transfer for it. I'm going to stick this on your leg. I'm going to tattoo it.
Look at that fuck off giant cling film roll. It's huge!
Big old cling film, which we'll use next actually, I believe.
This is a boring setup piece.
Setting up, sharp.
Yeah, so we said in our last video that we were going to do part 2. And
This
that's
is
going
part two?
this is part 2 of it all, and yeah, I'm excited. Like, very excited.
Just cleaning the area. Obviously I'm not going to use the table, I'm going to cover it in cling film, but just still keep it all clean. And
it smells amazing. It smells amazing.
just gonna...
Like, okay, there's bound to be someone that's going to comment or say something about...
Oh, you're not doing it right.
Or home tattooist.
Oh, kitchen scratcher.
Yeah.
It's fine. I've worked in studios before. It doesn't matter where you do it as long as the area is sterile. That's fine because that's where this is.
Yep. I mean, you got all the proper stuff for it. Like...
Yep. To be fair, the stuff that you pretty much see here is the stuff that you get. Obviously, this is in my house. That's the only difference. This is in my house. All my inks are there. I've got, you know, look, blacks. Got my reds, my yellows, got my greens. These inks aren't those crappy. I'll give you an example of like the cheap stuff. Yeah, these are the knockoff cheap shit that you don't use, which I don't. These are the types of inks you do use because they're full of colour. I've got a hilt tattoo that I may show you of how red my red is, and you know it's not one of those crappy knockoff colours that fade. I don't go half-assed into things. I use proper equipment and everything else.
You got your gloves, you got a sharps box, you got all proper safe disposal systems, you got all your creams that you need, and
that's right. So people can say what they want about home tattooing. This is fine. You know, I've got a proper power pack, one of the digital ones. That are completely and utterly accurate with the voltage and that. So
wasn't that the one that the guy that did our penguin tattoos used?
Yeah, he's got one of these Hurricane. I think he had the V2, which was literally half the size. It was tiny. But yeah, I got a proper kit. You know, so like got lights, got seating. You know, this is basically how I do it.
And people say to me, I trust him with my life. Hang on. He's ill.
So like, proper equipment. I don't mess about.
Like people would say to me, like, why for me? I trust him with my life. You know what I mean? I prefer Ash to do it than someone that may be in a studio. And as I've experienced with some of my tattoos, studios, just because they're in a building that say they're a studio,
and they hang up their certificates.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean squat.
At all. So yeah, I would prefer Ash to do it in the comfort of my own home. I've seen his work. I have his work on me, like already. You know what I mean? Like I trust him to do it. Like fully.
What I'd like to do, first of all, I need to top this up with antibacterial stuff.
But it smells so good. That stuff smells like really nice. But yeah. Oh, we haven't shown them.
Quickly show them.
Since we've been away, we have a new member of the family. This is Chloe. This is our little Clo-Clo. She's very sweet. She's a little Syrian hamster. And we've had her for 2 weeks now.
About that.
So she's about 10 weeks old now. Look at her cute face. She's so cute.
Okay, so.
Adventure time!
Adventure time from McDonald's.
Yeah, this stuff is going on my leg.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So, first thing you do, really, you should prep your area with gloves on. I'm at home, so I know the cleanliness of this. But yes, before you touch your machine, before you touch your inks, before you touch anything, you should put your gloves on. And some of you are going to say, oh, but you didn't. Yeah, I know, but I'm at home. If you was a client and you came to my house, that's what I do. So, like, don't fear on that. So I'm going to want a few things. I want this. Oh, it's my hand grip. I don't want that. That's fine, I don't want that.
Vaseline. Lubricant.
Okay, so does anyone know why we use Vaseline?
Lubricant.
Lubricant for what?
Lubricant. Lube.
We're not in the bedroom now, baby.
Oh my god.
Come on, you asked for that one. Okay, so what you need to do is get your correct needle size. I use all reusable stuff because I have sterilizers and I have an ultrasonic cleaner and everything else. Now,
You use disposable needles though.
I use disposable needles from blister packs because we don't want any contaminants. I don't reuse needles because that's just disgusting. Get an Allen key out of here. Oh, you cut yourself shaving. Did you? Maybe. Okay, so I don't know if you can see here, but I put a slight bend in the needle, and that's to help with springiness. All will be explained. Let's get that away. And I'm going to want an elastic band. All these parts are disposable, like the needle, this, the grommet, the elastic band, it's all disposable. Don't use any of them again.
Now people are gonna ask, does it hurt? Doesn't it hurt? Oh my god, I want to tattoo here, but doesn't it hurt there?
Yes, it hurts. It hurts everywhere. It's just whether or not you can personally take the pain.
I quite like it.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy the pain sometimes.
It's not really like a pain, but the thing with it, the thing that I find is that it goes through like a cycle of like tickling and scratching and maybe some like on my foot like a slight burning, but that was like on my foot, you know what I mean? Like I've got a tattoo in between my Achilles and my ankle bone, and the guy actually knocked money off when he did that for me because I sat well through it.
Oh, you were really brave.
But I don't understand that. 'Cause you want a tattoo, so you suck it up, or you just don't bother getting a tattoo. You know what I mean?
Okay, so now I've got my needle in and my elastic on the needle. So when I put that bend in, the elastic now kind of brings that needle in, but it also pushes the tip down to the bottom, so the ink can flow freely up and down the tube, so on and so forth, feed into the tube and whatnot. So now what I've got to do is adjust the length. I've got plenty of throw, so there's this thing called throw, and that's basically the length of which the armature bar goes up and down. Now, some of you might not know this, but basically the layers of skin are ridiculously thin. So some artists I know, they use the length of the needle to determine how deep they want to go or need to go. And some people use, like for instance, I don't know if you guys can see. You see how long it? Yeah. Okay, so the length of that, it's basically that long, yeah. You probably want to go that deep or less. Okay, it's a very small amount. Now some artists will use the whole of this length, not in the skin, mind, and then yeah, just gauge it by the depth of the needle. Whereas some will set the machine up so only the correct depth comes out. Yeah? So this would be up against the skin, and they use that way to gauge the depth. I don't like that, because I like to see the needle. So yeah, I set out. So I've got plenty of needle coming out. And I use the needle, and I can gauge the depth by feel as well as sight and everything else. So before I do this, actually, let's get this transfer on you. Okay, so this is the area of which we are going to tattoo. So we're going to stick the transfer here. Pretty much probably here, you know, like right there. How does that look to you?
Pretty good, babe.
Yeah? Okay, so you need to stop moving.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so some people use green soap, some people use specific other chemicals to transfer the carbon copy to the skin. I use ultrasonic gel. Yes, that's right. I use medical grade ultrasonic gel. It works a treat. It's going to be cold. I normally go and give that warning to everyone. So we need a nice little thin layer of this stuff over the area of which we're going to tattoo. Stand straight for me. Thank you. And turn to face me a little bit. That's better. Okay.
You've probably got like my bum full shot.
Yeah, it's fine. No one minds a bit of bum, do they?
You're caressing your leg.
Yeah. Push against me. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to let that sit there for a bit. There we go. So that's the transfer on the leg. So the only problem with this is you kind of have to let it dry. Okay. So that should be plenty for, I think. Oh yes. And that's how well the transfer comes out. There you go. There's the transfer. Let that air dry for a second.
I'm really sorry if you can see my bum, people.
So there's a transfer, and we'll come back to you once we are ready and set up and whatnot. Okay, so we have Sophie laying down. The stencil is ready. There's a few things I've got to do, but first of all, I'm just going to put a thin layer of Vaseline over the whole stencil. I don't want this coming off prematurely. No, I don't. I do not want to lose it. So the Vaseline helps protect me from wiping too much off during the process of the tattoo. It also helps the needle glide into the skin a lot better. So I've got my tissue nice and wet and ready for wiping.
I'm gonna watch films and catfish and stuff.
Oh, don't you just love that noise? Now, obviously, when we're recording, okay, we'll place that there upon your button. It's probably going to be cold, I do apologise.
It's cold.
How does that feel?
Oh, you started?
Yeah. Oh, did you not feel it?
I'm busy.
Music. Shutterstock Music.
Okay, so you see over here what I've done.
Shutterstock Music. 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 Shutterstock Music.
He's looking very nice.
Shutterstock Music.
Which is normal. It's fun. I'll go over this one next.
Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music.
Hope you guys are okay.
Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music. Shutterstock Music.
See like these parts here. I'm gonna quickly go over and do them because I'm losing them. But it's really faint line work. Like
Shutterstock Music. 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 Shutterstock Music.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, so obviously we were tattooing and unfortunately the camera battery died, so we decided to just carry on without the camera, but here it is, finished.
Not really.
Well, no, not exactly finished, but finished for today. Got some nice shading going on in here, but yeah, it's not finished fully. I want to put white highlights in there. I want to see how well the shading dies down. I want to see how light it goes, because I wasn't too sure whether it was a dark enough shade. It looks like it may be, but I'll have to wait till it's healed, and if not, we're going to touch her up and fix her up and all that jazz. But Sophie's getting extraordinarily sore.
We've been going nearly 5 hours.
Yeah, nearly 5 hours we have been going, son. But my knees hurt from kneeling on the floor. I'm tired. My arm was beginning to ache anyway. I reckon Sophie done considerably well. She was getting sore right near the end. Every little bit was hurting, wasn't it?
It was getting there. Because it just keeps going over and over and over.
Over and over and over. But you have to when it's like this.
Yeah, obviously I get that. It looks insane though.
It does look pretty sweet. But yeah, there's things I want to do to it to finish it off. But yeah, so that's that. Anything to add before we finish off?
Not really.
Cream her up and sit here for half hour and let it dry. And then go to bed without leaning on it, laying on it. Yeah? Alright guys. I'm really tired now. Oh, got work in the morning anyway, so. Oh, big stretch. Hopefully you enjoyed us tattooing to early hours of the morn. And of course, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and all that jazz. And get yourselves involved in some of the comments. Start a discussion, whatever, it doesn't matter. And we'll see you soon. Bye.